New at 5, almost 3 years after a Mid-South College student's death, people are now using his legacy to save lives. WREG's Alex Coleman tells us about the life of Lawson Wary and how his legacy is impacting hundreds of teens.
Lawson was one of those kids that, well, most people would say even when he walked in a room, he would light up the room.
A montage of photos of the brief but full life of 22-year-old Lawson Wary. These pictures tell just part of Lawson's legacy, a young man his mom, Teresa Simmons, says was a kind-hearted, loving, and adventurous Arkansas State University senior.
He was driven and ambitious, and he was funny. He was, needless to say, he was a great-looking young man, but he had a heart and personality to go with it.
A personality with a heart and soul that loved helping other people, especially children. But on October 4th of 2019, Lawson's heart, without warning, suddenly stopped beating.
He had no signs, no symptoms, just healthy, average 22-year-old young man in college. So yeah, totally took us by surprise. We got the call that night, and it's a total shock.
A shock because the night Lawson passed away, he wasn't on an athletic field or basketball court, but was at a friend's house watching Halloween movies. The medical examiner would later rule his heart showed no signs of dysfunction, but a genetic test indicated Lawson had a gene called MYBPC3.
It came back that he had a heart gene, that one of the symptoms is sudden death. So immediately after that, it just scared me, because I thought any other parent in the world could realize their child is at risk.
As a testament to his life, more than 1,600 people attended Lawson's funeral. His giving heart is one reason Lawson's family wanted to work with the doctors at Le Bonheur Children's Hospital to start an awareness campaign called Lawson's Legacy. It's the local chapter of Project Adam, which works to prevent death due to sudden cardiac arrest in teens.
Part of what Project Adam focuses on is making sure that there are enough AEDs that you can get to one within about a 3-minute time span, and also that there are trained people at the school should someone go down.
On Valentine's Day, Collierville High School received its first AED, or Automated External Defibrillator, through Lawson's Legacy. Students and staff were put to the test using the device and their knowledge of CPR training.
There is an increase in interest, and you can see it on the news when there's a young person that has collapsed on the basketball court or the football field. And we have a particular interest in saving all of our children.
I think having these devices and promoting people knowing how to use them is one of the most powerful legacies for families like Lawson's family. This will save lives, and it will prevent so many families from suffering the heartache that his family has gone through.
From heartache to helping others, Lawson's legacy still lives on, reminding us about the young man with a philanthropic heart.
I want to keep him and his memory alive, but more so want him to be present for people that we don't even know yet. Because he loved people and he loved to help people.
Alex Coleman, WREG TV, News Channel 3.
Wow, great memories of Lawson, and thanks so much to his mom, Teresa, for sharing his story. Now, to honor Lawson, his family and friends have been holding the Lawson's Legacy Golf Tournament, raising thousands of dollars to help Le Bonheur with the local Project Adam chapter. And to find out more about that next golf tournament, we've posted a link in this story on our website, WREG.com.